3 weeks into my new life and my new adventure. I still haven't left Echuca. I've been very busy running around and preparing everything I need to take with me on the trip. Decided to do away with the annex, too much weight in the poles and the canvases. It's something that I can put up on my own either. I bought a new little mini washing machine that stands only about 59 centimetres high, but it's quite a whirler. I've been running into a lot of locals I haven't seen for 4 or 5 years, and of course everyone wants to know what you're doing, and when you tell them what you're doing, everyone's like want to know the whole bit, so a conversation easily turns into an hour, and before I know it the whole day's gone and I felt like I've achieved anything. Been moving things in and out of the rig back and forth to the storage shed as I get used to everything and rearrange and put everything in its place and think no, that's not going to work, and I pull it out and have to reorganize. But I've pretty well got on top of all of that now, and think that we're quite right. I've managed somehow to get lots of all my clothes, nearly all my clothes in. There are 2 big containers that I'm leaving behind, really with stuff that I'm just not likely to use in going into warmer weather. Rotary Park, an awesome spot, the best spot I could think to have been camped at. Not only the environment and hearing all the ducks and kookaburras, and even being able to look out at the starry sky from my bed window overnight. Being quiet here, there's usually between 6 and up to 15, I counted about 15 rigs in here. Where was weekend, I've been carting water down, a new bucket device that I've been given that actually is a pressure washer. 16 litre bucket with a lid that locks down and got a long hose on it, and you plug the bucket into the cigarette lighter just in the Suzuki, and it can operate as a pump as well, so I'm able to actually pump water up into my tank using that, which has just been awesome. I'm pressure washer crazy. I actually wanted to take my pressure washer with me that I had at home. It was too big to take here, and now I've been given this one, and it's got quite an awesome pressure on it, so it has multiple uses as well, so that's just awesome. So I've been getting experience with how much energy I have each day in the rig. One morning I was woken up quite early with the fridge that was running on gas. The gas supply was empty and the fridge started beeping, and that woke me up. So that was before I even got coffee that morning, because I have gas stove, so couldn't have coffee until I changed the gas bottles over, and I do have a spare. I've got 2 9-kilogram gas bottles. Each day I'm finding there's always something, whether it's filling up with water, because if I have a hair wash day or something, I go through a fair bit of water. I've only got a 120 litre tank. Like have your really quick showers and all of that, it might last me 3 days, but if I'm having an extra long because I'm washing my hair, or I'm using my new washing machine that I just bought, I do need more water then. And I go out in the Suzuki, take my containers and everything with me, fill up at the tank up the top on the way back in, and then fill the tank up when I get back down here. As for energy, well, we've had a couple of wild day weathers while I've been here. Three different days where I've ran the generator. Last night I was on the computer watching a video, had the inverter on, and the inverter started beeping at me after about an hour or so because the energy was quite low. So I'd just been using the solar. We need a lot of sun, and the last few days were quite overcast, so the battery power was getting a bit low. Today I went back to my old neighbourhood to visit my neighbour, my ex-neighbour, and check out what the buyers of my home have done. And I was quite horrified when I peeked over the fence to see that they had destroyed my prize back garden. For some reason they've pulled out all of the palms, they've cut the Japanese maple and the bougainvillea right back to next to nothing, and my garden's looking pretty awful. Even like they haven't been watering the grass, and it's sort of been a bit of a lesson to me that maybe it's not such a good idea to go back and see how someone else is keeping your beautiful home that you've just sold on. What made you buy the limo? Look like good fun. I don't know if it will just take after its name, the whingy bit. I did have some issues last night. I arrived right on dusk, nearly completely dark actually, and realised that my batteries were running very actually dangerously low. Oh, and then I ran out of bloody gas on, the fridge was on at 3 o'clock this morning, so I wasn't going to get out of bed and go and change the gas bottle over and turn the switches off so it wouldn't be beeping at me while I tried to sleep for the rest of the night. So fortunately, I realised this morning that this Plough Inn has swap and go gas bottles, $34. So I was able to get a new gas refill, and the lovely manager here actually changed it over for me as we chatted. So I just realised a video that I took yesterday on leaving Echuca. I obviously must have switched the button off after I'd just started the button on my camera, so I only got about 5 seconds of video. So I need to just re-empt my feelings about the trip and leaving Echuca indefinitely. I'm here at Tarawingi, a really awesome spot really to stay here last night. Normally they park rigs out the back, but apparently because I've got the Suzuki in tow, I wouldn't have been able to do a complete U-turn out of there, and I can't do reverse parking on Suzuki in tow, so I didn't want to have to unhitch or anything just for the night. They were kind enough just to let me park the rig along this grassy spot, kind of an empty paddock here. There is that road there that you'll hear the traffic, but at night it was very, very quiet. And when you're in the rig anyway with double glazed windows, I don't get a lot of noise at all. It blocks the double glazed windows and all that, block a lot of the noise out. On my thoughts on leaving Echuca, I was mixed emotions, feeling somewhat disappointed that certain family members made no effort to catch up with me since moving out of the house and getting into the rig and being camped down there at Rotary Park in Echuca. Visits even from family that live in town there, each to their own. Having had 5 years of a lot of hardship and struggle and everything, those people who are really stepped to the fore and been there, and there've been people that have been in my life up to 16, over 20 something years. So sometimes blood doesn't necessarily mean love, I guess, and caring, and sometimes people who aren't of blood are more caring and concerning and loving towards you than your own families. When you do go through the hardships, then, and those that do step forward and are there show themselves, and they're probably the people who will remain in your life for the rest of your life. On the other side, I caught up with many people who as I was out and about doing so much running around in preparation for the trip, caught up with many people who I hadn't seen while I was living in recluse virtually for 4 to 5 years, to be able to catch up with them and tell them about my new adventure and get a chance to say goodbye to them before I left town. Generally I don't like goodbyes at all. It's more prefer the see you laters. I still feel there's a few people that I have unfinished business with that never came around before I left. That's a bit of a blow as well. I actually don't like leaving unfinished business anywhere. Sometimes just wondering if there's even an answer to some of the things that people do or don't do in your life. that may never be resolved with them. I just would like to have the chance to resolve anything hanging over in relationships if it's possible, and not have that unfinished business. I feel maybe I saw the ones I should have seen, those that I didn't, well, maybe just people come and go like a revolving door in my life, and so, you know, you once again you just sort out those who are there with you through life and those who aren't. The trip over here actually took longer than I expected, about an hour longer nearly, and so I didn't get here till nearly dark, and then thrown through the loopy with the batteries being so low. I did go into the plough-in for tea after I got the generator set up and secured, and that, so I was charging the batteries while I was in there eating tea. Tried to sort out my itinerary last night. I've got sort of an idea of where I'm going and what I'm doing, but worked out even how to use my navman yet, and there's just things I'm thinking, oh, I think I need to read up some more manuals and stuff. I've only sort of been learning stuff as I need it. Now that I'm on the road, I do need to know how to use this navman. I'm just realising I'm feeling very unorganised today after the energy issues, and then running out of gas at 3 o'clock this morning. I haven't really organised my itinerary. I'm thinking of getting over to Bright today. I really want to make the most of this beautiful, glorious day that we have. May not go as far as Bright. This camp spot's just the other side of Myrtleford, I think. And they've got power and that there, and quite cheap, and I'm thinking of maybe going there, powering up, getting more organised with all my technology, and so that I can organise my itinerary properly and mileage and all of that. Yeah, I think I need to do that to get more organised. I'm at the Nug Nug River Reserve. This place is magic. Look at my mountainous view in the background. I wasn't sure whether I was going to stay here more than one night, but already I'm in love with this place. I've got no internet connection, which is probably a good thing because I can spend time reading my manuals and setting up with my technology. One problem here, there is wasps, and I mean lots of them. Just over there is actually private land. I pan around, here's the rest, and I'm actually back over this way. I had a bit of an event coming in. I nearly thought I was going to get bogged, and I think the side of the rig went out to one side when I was coming up a bit of a rough embankment, trying to find a spot down here. There's even tennis courts over in the background there. A toilet block. I've got my rig just over here at the moment. Oh, this place is just divine. One night here just isn't going to do it. You can see I'm sleeveless. It's like 26 degrees today, even up here in the mountains. How beautiful is that? Even though I did set my nat-sav for directions that was coming here, it gave me all the wrong directions. I ended up following signs and all of that and found it fairly easy. Wasn't just a few rough spots though, actually in this reserve. I've got this beautiful stream running out my back door pretty much. This is just heavenly. This is just my kind of scene. So peaceful, just makes me want to write and create. And we can see over here some beautiful autumn leaves. I'm just in my element. I'm just at peace straight away being here in nature. Look, I'm even over here and I haven't got lost. Man to me when I came in, attracted to white, and of course my rig's white. Maybe that is like my rig and they're going to leave me alone when I'm elsewhere. But look, I've only been here an hour or so and I've already decided I've just got to absolutely soak in this place. Really rejuvenate while I'm here. Just chill out, and I'm thinking taking the Suzuki off. You know, there's people obviously camped around here and we're coming up. It's, what is it, Thursday today. So we've got the weekend. There's likely to be more people here on the weekend. And I'm just thinking, why not just stop here? I'm within a driving distance to Bright. And really, if I get Susie off, I could just make this my place for a bit. I've got power and I've got water, and it's $5 a night. I had a tap there, power. I can power right up again. Just don't have any internet reception, but hey, I can do without that. If I can connect the hose directly to the rig, use that water instead of out of the tank, it's going to be a lot better. And I haven't actually done that anywhere yet. Yeah, I think I'm going to stay here. I may need to just move the rig out now, probably before tomorrow, because there may be even later today there might be more people coming in. So maybe if I do that now. I actually don't like the way that I've got the rig parked at the moment. I don't think Susie's going to like that much, and I don't like that much, and I think I'm probably best to straighten up. It's day 3, my day 3 at the Nug Nug Reserve camping spot, and I'm just on my way out into town, but I just thought I would drive up the road a bit further from where you turn into the Nug Nug Reserve to see what's further on up the track. And it's actually where private property starts. The owner of that property obviously doesn't like people coming up to his gate. They just drove down to see what the hell I'm doing. Just told him that I'm camped down there and I just wanted to make this vlog in private. As you can see, it's raining and it has been for 2 days now. And it's made me think about a lot of things that I hadn't considered before. Getting bogged down tracks like this, the possibility of that, and getting stranded. I don't want to really be driving the rig when it's raining, certainly not on windy roads. So I'm thinking, whilst it's raining, I really need to just stay put where I am. Now, at the moment, it's fine and dandy, but then if you stay put too long, what if it ends up, it keeps raining and then I can't get out at all, except in my 4-wheel drive. And I'm lucky I had a 4-wheel drive. The other thing is about power, because some of the other spots that I'm intending to stop at along my way across to Bega are not going to have power. And if we've got rainy days like this and it's overcast, then I'm not going to get any solar power to fill my batteries. And also, if it's raining, my generator is in a compartment under the rig, and I have to pull it out to use it. So if I've got to pull it out to use it and it's raining, well, we know power and water don't mix too well. There is actually nowhere to put my generator under cover. These are just a few of the considerations that have come up for me this morning with this rain. As we can see, it's really setting over those mountains for the day. It's ruining my plans for my sightseeing a fair bit to go up Mount Buffalo. I've only ever been up there when there's snow, and so I'd like to actually see it. And I haven't seen it since it burnt down in the fires, the chalet up there, around about 2008, 9, I think. I'd like to see what's going on up there these days since then. Also, I wanted to spend some time in Bright, and I had on my shopping list, here's the manifestation for you, to buy some pumpkin, butternut pumpkin specially, to make some pumpkin soup. This kind of weather, whenever it's cooler, I actually like to eat soup. And just as I was just leaving my camp about 10-15 minutes ago, lovely old mate comes wandering over with 2 pumpkins for me. One of them's a butternut. I'm not sure what variety is the other one, but how's that for a manifestation right before I'm about to go and buy one? Once I get reception again, closer into town, I need to check for messages and call some people and let them know where I actually am, because I've had no reception for a couple of days now, past noon now, so I need to get a move on. I think I'm probably less than 50 k's away from Bright here. I'm going to need to check the weather to find out how long this rain's going to be hanging around. So I got reception back when I got close to Myrtleford. Messages come in, so I had 4 missed voice messages from the last few days to have a look around Myrtleford and get a few bits and pieces around that town. There's Coles Supermarket and Mitre 10 and all of that, to be able to get the few things that I needed to. So it's actually after lunch hours now that I've done all that running around. I just wanted to share this magnificent view of the clouds sitting on the mountains. This is just so divine. I'm so in my element. It's like, I don't know if I even want to leave this place. They've had heaps of torrential rain in Echuca as well, to the point in which a group of the shops in the main street actually got flooded through yesterday because of the amount of rain they've had, and I'm in the mountains with clouds sitting right on top of me. So if I don't leave here Monday, I don't leave Monday. I'm just going to have to play it by ear and see how it goes, and I've wasted most of the day now. I'm headed towards Bright. Mount Buffalo is actually further away from here than I thought, and I was going to do a day trip up there as well. I don't go any further out without getting the vertigo effects. Just magic. Better day today, warm and sunny, a bit cooler up here naturally. The next day, these two made a surprise entrance at the pub in Bright, where I just happened to be having lunch. Andrew and Tiana had finished a 26-kilometre overnight hike up Mount Feathertop the day before,